friggin' frost gay. Do you understand that? Gay. Frost friggin' frost food. It's not funny.
Hello, all of my fabulous, beautiful people. How are we doing today? Can we hear me? Can we see me? Is everything going okay? Hello, Joe. How are you doing? I'm glad you can listen at work today because it's going to be a funny one. It's going to be funny. Londa's here. She's in it to win it. It's a done deal, guys. We have to save her. We have to save her from OnPassive. It's dangerous. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. Hello, Billy. How are you doing? So, how's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. I'm just kind of hanging out this Saturday, bored out of my mind. Anyway, so today I just want to talk about OnPassive. So, Alonda, she's in my chat right now. She's been covering OnPassive now for at least a month straight, at least, where I've been watching. And it's a very interesting company to me for several reasons. One of the first reasons is the owner and founder, CEO of the company, Ash. You will never see someone that talks so much in your life and says nothing. I have never in my life seen a man of so many words that have no substance. It's almost amazing to watch. It's like an art. The other thing that is very interesting about OnPassive to me is the fact that they don't really have a product. So oftentimes you'll hear us talking out here about how MLMs, pyramid schemes with a product. OnPassive keeps talking about how their product is going to launch. Hasn't launched. They started in 2018 and they have now promised a launch every single year since. We are now ending 2021. We're in December. This thing was supposed to launch this year. Nothing. So it does appear that this company is a Ponzi scheme. I'm thinking it's a Ponzi scheme. He could be a flat earther, Joe. He could. You know what? He would do very well over there. Billy, can you explain the tech and the products, please? See, and this is the thing, is that everybody has been waiting for Ash to kind of come out and explain everything. Because he doesn't. He doesn't really explain. But it is a real people company. Yes, real company, real people, real. We promise. We promise you everything is real with OnPassive. Real people, real company. We steal your real money. We need you to be a founder. So Ash has a very interesting start, if you will. I want to talk about who he is as a person. A little bit. So I got notes here, so I'll be looking down a bit. Ash was born in Alabama in 1972, and he now lives in Orlando, Florida, which is where OnPassive apparently headquarters are. Now, he attended the American Intercontinental University, and that's an online university because he only went there for 2 years. Now, usually when you get a master's degree, which he did, he claims he has a master's degree in information technology and e-commerce. A master's degree takes longer than 2 years to obtain. In most universities, it takes like 4 years. Like for me, I went to college, and if I wanted to go to university, I have 2 years of college, and I can get out a 1 year of a 4-year program to get my master's in social work, for example. It's very strange to hear someone getting a master's degree in 2 years. And so, yeah, the university, like, like Alonda says, the university is a bit of a red flag. I looked into a little bit. It's your typical online. Oh, the U.S. Masters is 2 years? Holy. How are they teaching you guys that in 2 years? We don't have any programs that are like 2 years. But I was still iffy about the university. I checked it out. It does appear to be one of those like online universities where you just kind of like send in money, take a program. Like it's not like a university. Okay, he didn't go to Harvard. He did not go to MIT. There has been some talk that he might have gone to MIT, but that's because he keeps putting MIT everywhere to describe another thing. So Ash decided that he wanted to change the internet world. He thinks that the internet has the potential to change the world, so he wants to change the internet and the way it works. These were the ideas when he kind of came out and started companies, started his education. So in 2005, he actually worked his way up in the company GDI, which is Global Domains International. And it does like web hosting, domain names, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind, that he starts off with a company that does domain websites, that sort of thing, okay? He has apparently created websites before. Keep that in mind. So it has been going since 2014 that he's been in that company. He basically worked his way up in the company and is now one of the head people in it. He says that he is a founder, but I think that the word founder is being used in the same way he uses it for his company, where it's not actually the founder. It's like people that sign up with a bunch of money in the first like group or whatever. But according to him, everyone that signs up for OnPassive is a founder of the company, because you're getting in before the launch. And I often wonder if that's maybe why it hasn't launched yet. If he's kind of banking on that, you know, because, well, after it launches, what is it going to look like? We'll get into that. So in 2010, he actually founded a company that was called Ash Max. And Ash Max, it's not the greatest company in the world either. I'm going to be honest with you. This guy has started off in his career already, how do I say this? Like ripping people off. Okay? Ripping them off. So I just want to, hold on a sec, guys. I'm sharing screen. I want to share my screen. They changed the layout of this and like updated it all, and now I'm having trouble figuring it out. All right, perfect. So I found this article on GDI. Let's just talk about this for a second, because this is interesting to me. So what GDI is it's a domain place where you go there and you can basically buy a website for $10 a month, and then you can automatically promote GDI services to others. So it's kind of like an MLM for domain names. They claim it's affiliate marketing where you get commission for a sale and the MLM style of earning. Now, lately I've been seeing this weird thing going on, and this might fall into it even on Passive, where a lot of MLMs are pretending to just be affiliate marketing programs. Earthley Wellness is a good example of that. And pyramid schemes are now pretending to be MLMs and affiliate marketing. We're seeing that a lot. So I think we really have to distinguish between the differences. So affiliate marketing is when you are just an affiliate of the company, somebody that uses the products, and then you have like a link where people can go click on the link and they'll get the products, and then you get a little bit of a kickback for having them buy the products with your link. Lots of YouTubers out here do it. Every time you see a YouTuber with a sponsored ad, that's what they're doing. So that's one thing. And MLM, of course, is when you have people sign up for a company and then you have to recruit people into the company. You're usually selling a product. And then a pyramid scheme is when you're doing MLM, but there's nothing that anyone gains from it. There's no product, etc. And a Ponzi scheme is when you straight up just steal money from people to start a business or give them an investment back, but you need more people to sign up for it in order to keep returning the investments. Otherwise, the thing shuts down. So there is a difference between what each one of these things are. But right now in our world, they're kind of being like mixed up all together, and they're all using each other to claim that they're, more like, I'm not a pyramid scheme, I'm an MLM, but it's really a pyramid scheme. Or I'm not an MLM, I'm an affiliate marketing. You can trust us. It's like, no, stop doing that. So his domain name, so they end in WS, which is like for website. Now, this company was not, like I said, founded by him. He has it down as if he's like the CEO, founder of the company on his LinkedIn even. But when I looked into it, I was like, this guy, Ash, he's not the founder. It was started by Michael Starr and Alan Isayer. Sorry, I can't say that name. So that was kind of funny to me. And as you can see, it is basically another pyramid scheme. Again, because buying a domain name that isn't .com or .ca here in Canada, you're probably not going to get as much traffic and whatnot to it. The only good thing I can say about it is at least you're only paying $10 a month, which, to be honest, that's pretty cheap for a domain name. But then you get down here. And of course, based on how many characters, it changes in price. So now you have like yearly fees and whatnot. So it gets a little bit messy. And of course, when you come down here, check that out. What does that look like? Does this look like an MLM business model? Pyramid scheme model? Both, since they're both so similar? Yeah. You can hire 5 people, and each of these 5 can hire another 5. So like I said, it appears to be this web hosting MLM. A little sus. So that right there is basically his start. His start to, I guess, the business world, which I was like, oh, great. So the first thing that this man ever did is he joined an MLM. Who knew, right? You can kind of get a feel for how he doesn't seem to care about whether or not it's an ethical business practice, right? He just starts off right away joining like an MLM. So then he goes off after this company, which he still is a part of, by the way. He's still doing this GDI thing. Yeah, use GoDaddy. She should change it to Oh Daddy. I'm surprised that they just don't call Ash that, right? Like, oh Daddy Ash. That's ugh. So it's just funny to me that he achieved the master affiliate. So what that means for him is that he actually signed up 306 people to GDI within 1 week. That's a lot of people to rip off in a week. So what happened though? After GDI, he started Ash Max. Now this is when it starts to get a little bit more interesting with his business. You know, most of these guys start off with an MLM, work their way up, and then go to create a new one. We see that all the time. But this is a bit different. So I looked into this Ash Max. And what it is it says it's a free marketing system. And anyone can create a free account. In order to earn money, you must join the 2 programs in their back office. Okay, now what's the first program? Global Domains International. So then I was like, okay, so he just really started Ash Max. Because you know how these companies out here, like when I was with It Works, I mentioned that they always told me to sell myself as a health and wellness coach. A lot of the MLM companies will be like, don't come out here promoting yourself in our MLM, right? Don't be like, I'm an MLM Hunbot for GDI. Instead, pretend that you're doing something else like training. That's why you see so many training ones. And then once they come to you for the training, then you can be like, oh, well, if you want extra training, then, you can join my team at It Works, that kind of thing. I feel like that's what Ash Max was created for. Ash Max, to me, and it even kind of translate to Ash getting the maximum amount of people to sign up for GDI. It appears he only started this business to kind of like get people in so that he can then sign them up for the other company, which is a little weird to me. I was like, So that's what he does. You also have to sign up for this freeway to success, okay? Now, Freeway to Success it was founded by this Doc Lett guy. Can't really find that much on it. I'm going to be looking at more. He was an internal marketer with 15 years of experience, which again, that doesn't mean much. So what that is it's a whole bunch of these like ebooks and e-training that teaches you basically how to obtain your financial freedom, how to run your businesses. All right. So Ash Max was basically just a program that people would come to, like a one-stop shop people could come to, where they could sign up for the other things that Ash was promoting. Basically. They do have the Matrix system. So this is where he got that whole Matrix system from. Is from the Freeway to Success. They depend on a matrix system, which is what he calls the system in OnPassive. As you see, it says that a full matrix pays out almost $4,000 in monthly residual income. So we do have illegal income claims. You are not supposed to be saying exactly what people make every month because the chances of them making that we know is very, very slim. And the whole thing is that, again, this is another thing, just like the OnPassive, where you don't have to do anything. You just have them run your business for you. So this, of course, is where he got the ideas to start OnPassive from. And like I said, when you look into how these companies run, you can kind of see where he grabbed a little bit here, grabbed a little bit there, grabbed a little bit, and then he created OnPassive. Why did he create OnPassive? Well, because in 2012, he got involved in a company that was called Telefree. Okay. Telefree ended up being a straight up pyramid scheme. They provided like phone service and whatnot. It was like one of those like free texting apps kind of thing. Like that's what it was. They actually got caught in 2014 for being a pyramid scheme, shut down. Like the FTC was like, no, you're done. You got to go. So Ash was like, oh crap. What do I do now? So he started OnPassive very shortly after. Like it seems like almost as soon as Telefree shut down, he just went and started OnPassive. So that tells me he might have been thinking about doing it for a while, probably since Ash Max. It looked like Ash Max was kind of like a test to see, like would OnPassive work? It's similar. So he starts OnPassive, and as we know, OnPassive has been going since 2018. OnPassive has been telling people that they're going to launch this AI, artificial intelligence technology, and this machine labor technology that are going to run your business for you. I have a few problems with this. Number one, I do not trust Ash as far as I can throw him. We're going to be watching a video and I'm going to be reacting where he apparently explains to us the whole beginning of his OnPassive. It'll be fun. I don't trust Ash. And I'm thinking in my head, if I had a business and I went to OnPassive to have them run my business for me, what would I have to do that? I would have to give Ash access to everything. Think about it. If you want him to run your business for you, you would then have to give him access to your business. He would have access to the accounts. It's kind of like when you sign up for something with Google and then they're like, can we have access to your stuff? And you're like, yeah, okay. This would work similarly, where when you signed up for OnPassive, you would have to then give Ash and OnPassive permissions to run your business, to do things with your business. I really don't trust, and you're going to meet Ash in a minute if you're not familiar with him, and you probably won't trust it either. So that freaks me out. That freaks me out just on its own, that I would have to give this man access to run my entire business. Like, imagine if I wanted him to run my YouTube channel, I would then have to give him access to all of my stats so that he could go in and he'd be like running my studio for me and doing all that stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? I do not trust that. Scary stuff. Okay, especially when you look at his background and you realize that this man has already kind of failed a business because AshMax didn't really take off. And then he was in Telefree, which was a straight up scam. You're like, do I want to give this man access to my business? Probably not. So that's my first issue. My first issue is that I don't even trust this man with the permissions, okay? My second issue is that I cannot for the life of me, Alonda cannot for the life of her, and nobody else in my chat that has looked into this for the life of them can find out what this guy is actually freaking selling. Yes, he says it's an AI. Yes, he says it's a one-stop shop to run your business. But as someone, I've also worked in IT for a little bit in my past, I understand a little bit about technology. I understand coding, etc. And I just want this man to explain to me how this works. Whenever I look at a company that does like, you can like buy leads with them or whatever, and I usually blow them open as a scam because I don't believe in buying leads or buying subscribers or like buying. I just think that that's a scammy way of going about running your business and getting people to follow you and stuff. Just don't do that. The whole thing with this is that it's like, this is what he says. But he never explains it. Everyone else can explain to me. This is how we get you the leads. We have a system that, it reads the algorithm. It checks out people, like what people Google. And then we know to market to those people because they're Googling similar things to you. Like, there's just a lot that they can explain to me in terms of how their like programs work, right? Because a lot of them go by similar programs to what Ash is claiming he's creating, right? This man cannot explain it to me. Every time that I think he's about to explain the tech to me, and there have been several, I'm like, okay, this is it. This is it. In Alonda's streams, right? Yes, he has never talked about how Alonda says he has never talked about that. I have come across just, we drive traffic for you. And that's what he keeps saying, like, we drive traffic. Okay, but sir, how? Like, you have to know how that works. In order to make a program like this, you would have to code it to do everything, right? So when you make a program like this and you do the coding, you have to code it to do every single little thing when you create the program. Computers are intelligent, but they don't do anything until we tell them what to do. You get what I'm saying? Hello, Kate. Good to see you. So it's like this man, if they are creating this, they should know the exact steps and how it is going to get the leads. How is it finding these leads? How is it directing them to me? These are questions we all have that just never seem to be answered. And it's gotten to the point where, honestly, I think all of us watching are starting to think that this man's just running a scam and that there might not even be any AI technology. Because after going on 4 years, you would think that someone would be able to explain it. And this man can't even use a calculator during a webinar without instructions. So I'm just not feeling very confident that he can then go and program a bot. He claims he has a whole engineering team that he's been working with that is doing this stuff for him. But again, where are these people? Like they've never come out here and sat down and then also like explained it. If you have that, you would be able to have your tech guys, right, come out here and explain to us exactly how the technology works. My whole thing too is if you're expecting people to buy in, like it's very common for someone that's creating a technology to go and get founders. Like I'm not mad at him for doing that. You're supposed to get founders for your technology. You want to create a new technology? Yeah, you can get donors. You can get the founders, other people to come in on you. That's fine. But you should at least be able to explain to them how it works and what they're buying. How are you going to be a founder for an AI technology that you can't even explain? Sorry. And it's become very apparent to me through watching Alonda reacting and being in those chats that this man is not actually trying to sell this to people that are even aware of what technology is. Because as you might see my chat pointing out, he explains the login of the website to people. Now, if you're having a webinar meeting, right? So we're having a webinar meeting, okay? I'm sitting down. I'm the CEO of a company. You guys are all my founders, okay? You're going to be buying in on an AI technology. So you would think that as people that are buying my AI technology and want to be founders of it, that you guys would have a general understanding of technology and how it works and, you know, probably some knowledge. Usually the founders are people that know a lot about the technology, you know? So why would I explain the login to you? The only way that I would explain the login to a group of people if I was in a webinar is if I know for a fact that all the people watching me don't have a clue. They have no clue about technology. They barely know how to use it. And I even have to explain a login. And I know we joke about it a lot. And we kind of joke like, oh, Ash is just dumb and using a filler. But then I thought about it really. And I was like, this man just kind of outed the fact that he is very much depending on these people at these webinars not understanding technology, not knowing. Like, they don't know anything about technology. Otherwise, they probably have a lot more questions by now. So this man has a bunch of these people, and several of them are elderly, by the way, which I have a very big issue with. I think it's disgusting that he preys on elderly. I hate it when people prey on anyone. But what's gross about this is you and I both know, we all know, there's more than just me and one person here. I'm sorry, I'm used to only talking to Joe. We know, like, that elderly people, they don't understand technology, right? Like, you've probably had to explain to your grandma how to check her email. So I think he does that on purpose because he knows for a fact that people that are older, they're not going to actually understand this. And he can just kind of use these fluff words and then just keep putting it off. He keeps saying he's having soft launches of things, which, as you know, a soft launch means that you released the product to only a few people. And I think he's doing this, but then not even soft launching because nobody knows who the product gets released to when it's a soft launch. You know what I mean? So you would just automatically assume if you didn't get it that you just weren't part of the soft launch. And, you know, other people are. So he could do that forever, essentially. If he keeps finding people to manipulate and pull into this thing, they could be led on for years. And so far, that's kind of what's already been happening. I mean, he's been leading these people on since 2018 when they started. He said the first launch was supposed to happen in 2019. And he kind of just stopped it. Some people did get mad. He has had people leave and start to speak out about him. So I really do think that this man is is running around. He has, see, Joe says he has to set up his mother-in-law's phone to her new car. Yeah, like older people, they really don't know. Like I had trouble trying to learn TikTok. Okay. And then I realized that I was no longer a part of the younger generation that knows technology. And I'm heading into that time where soon I'm going to be saying to my daughter, how do you do this on the computer? Mom doesn't know. Can you teach me? Like I'm already heading in there. Okay. At 35. So I feel like he's literally just getting people to sign on. They don't know about technology. And then he's just going to lead them on forever. Forever. And I don't really think that this thing exists, because if it existed, the man would be able to explain it. I just want it explained to me. I feel like I'm losing my mind every time I listen to him or anyone in this company, because they go on the usual spiel about how it's going to change your life and blah, 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 blah. And then it sounds like they're about to explain the tech to you. And then all they say is, it will bring you leads. Or then they just go back to talking about how it's going to be so innovative. And you're like, but you haven't explained it yet. And then I have an aneurysm. So, and as someone that understands tech, like I said, trust, he's not saying anything. It's all fluff. It's the type of thing where if you don't really understand how these programs are made and how you would have to make them and etc., you would hear him talk and you'd probably be like, oh yeah, that sounds like it could be true. But he's really just throwing in techie words into a bunch of fluff. And then once you kind of sit down with it, you go, wait a minute. This guy isn't saying anything. He's just using these big words that sound really good. They sound like they're explaining the tech a little bit, but not really. And it blows my mind. I have to wonder about the people in this company, because I'm kind of like, aren't you guys getting sick of waiting? I mean, to be honest with you, after 2 launches failed, I'd be out. Probably out with the first one. But after 2, for sure, I would be like, okay, listen, this thing isn't coming. I really do think that, like everyone's saying in my chat, there's no tech. The products. Now, he claims he has these products. These like training things. Guys, it's the same training stuff that he was doing for the other companies. He writes articles about IT tech. Like, it's like for one of those little websites. You know what I mean? It's not like really a website, but he has his own website and he writes articles and then posts them about IT tech. Same thing. All it is it's these articles about how it's going to be so innovative and how everything's going to be wonderful with the AI technology, but nothing actually explains the fucking technology, okay? It's unbelievable to me. The products are supposed to be training things. I went and checked that out. He has a couple of training workshops you can do. Guess what? He wants money for those. Sir, they've already paid $97 to join your website. And then $25 minimum to be on some kind of tier level, okay? Why would they have to pay then to take a course? That's supposed to be free. But the only couple things I can find on there, he wants to charge the money for. That shouldn't be happening. So it really does appear to be like he is just collecting money, recruiting people. And what are they recruiting people for? To be a founder. Well, what happens when you're a founder? You're a customer. Wait a minute, what? Have you ever heard of becoming a founder for a company and then being told that you would be the customer? I haven't. Ever. Usually when you're the founder of the company, you're at the very top of the company, you run the company and you help found the product, right? But these companies that he's been in the past seem to use the same thing where everyone's a founder and everyone's a customer. So he's, of course, taken on that role, which I just adore. I think it's hilarious. And they say it. That's what they say. I'm not sitting here saying founders are customers. No. They say it. Like, they're proud of this. Like, they know that that's their business model. And I'm like, it's kind of like they're admitting that they're a Ponzi scheme without fully actually saying it when they say that. Because, like I said, founders should not be the customers. It's all about the triangle, vertical triangle marketing. It is. So I want to watch this video of Ash that I found where he explains, feel like I always have to put quotations whenever I say Ash explains something. He explains the start of the company and why he's starting it. Now, you would think that if Ash sat down to do a video where he was going to tell all of the people why he started the company and explain it all, that he would get into the tech. So I guess let's see if he does. Because at the very minimum, you would think that he would be announcing something about the tech, right? You know? So you want to have this meeting almost where you're explaining why you started your business. Your business is in artificial intelligence. So you would think that upon explaining why you started your business, you would also kind of explain the artificial intelligence, right? You would think. So let's see. Does it happen?
It's hard to cover up the love. It's easy to spot how genuine we are in OnPassive.
Okay, first things first. I did not edit this. I have not edited this video. This is exactly how it is posted, and it was posted by our dear Marina. So she has taken this video of his and posted it up. For those that don't know, Marina, I can't say her last name, is it like Favit or something, is one of his biggest Huns. And so she's like in love with this man. People sing him songs. In it to lose it. Oh, wait, that's not his song. That's my song. In it to win it. And they cry and sing to him. Like if you guys watched my live stream on Allison Mack and Nexium yesterday, you would have watched a video of her singing a song to Keith Raniere and crying. Same vibes from this dude. Just saying. They do the exact same. All right, so creepy. But I did not edit this. He starts this off talking about love. What does love have to do with AI and running your business? I don't know. Let's find out.
And we have replicated the spirit among almost 1 million souls. So it's no longer me. It's no longer, so the game is definitely expanding and escalating. When you talked about depression and people thinking of maybe even committing suicide or those
we just got real dark real fast, and I wasn't ready for it. I was not ready for it. I don't know why. I don't know why we're starting this off with it's hard to find love and people are depressed and want to themselves. Remember, this is him doing like a webinar for the founders. If they're depressed, it might be because this man hasn't launched anything in 4 years. I'm just saying, guys, like that could be why. It could very much be because he hasn't launched a thing. 4 years, nothing launched.
tough
I'd
decisions
be depressed
in life.
too.
I mean, it's not easy. I don't understand it. I hope we will never get to that extreme ever, or at least somebody we know will never get to that point. It reminded me of Japan. Japan's such a successful country. I'm a fan.
So so far, it sounds like he said that people being depressed and wanting to jump off bridges remind him of Japan. We're off to an amazing start.
I'm an advocate. I'm inspired by the technology, by the culture in a way.
Advocate?
Not to mention the food. Everything in Japan is a class. They have a good lifespan, but the quality of that life is what matters or what counts. On the other side, if we look, they have the highest suicide in the entire planet. So how come they have work, economy, innovative country, beautiful landscape, all of that? Perhaps they just take out their life the most. Very simple. They're lonely.
So we started off this webinar, and like I said, this was like the start. Like, come on, hello everyone, how are you doing? And then went right into it. This is all that's posted. I just downloaded this video right as it was posted, didn't add anything, and here I am. But like, what are you talking about Japan and that for? It was this is the weirdest way to start off a video for a company that is apparently in it to win it that I have ever heard. We're off to a very depressing start. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Ash. You will notice he talks a lot and says nothing. Where do I sign up to be more like Japan, right?
And they're not emotionally filled. They don't have that family bond and connectivity. In fact, not long ago, I was talking to a friend of mine. She's Japanese, and we were talking about the culture and all of that here in Orlando. And she was, speaking to me that, one of the reasons she preferred to live here is the social life. I said, what do you mean? You were born there. Your family should be there. Like, you should have a better social life there. She said, I just picked up my daughter from the airport that I haven't seen in 15 years. How did we meet? How did we greet? That little gentle bow. Nice, but it's kind of empty. I thought, what's the trigger?
That's their culture. I love how this man starts this off by talking about Japan depression rates, basically, and then insults their culture. That's just the way it is there. That's how you greet people. I don't know what we're doing here, Ash, but I'm waiting for you to get to the point where why does all this matter for OnPassive, right? That's what we're waiting for. Remember, this is his lead-in to his business talk.
She said, Orlando, lots of Latinos and a diverse culture and all of that. They're excited and
Ash, I'm like almost right there thinking you're racist now.
And all of that. She misses that in a way in her life. So one of the biggest achievements in OnPassive, we became a family, and we have that full.
Wait a minute, what? That was it? That was the lead-in? People in Japan are really depressed. They have the highest S rates of all the world, even though they have a very good economy. This lady that I know who's Japanese had her daughter come visit her, and they only greeted in the way that they do there. It was awful. She didn't like it. Here in OnPassive, we're a family. I'm sorry, how do you greet the other founders? Is that what we're getting to? He's like, when me and the other founders meet up, we don't just bow or shake hands, no. We give each other a big, long hug. Like, what are you doing, Ash? What is the point of this? How are we getting to OnPassive is a family? Like,
fulfillment.
Weird.
And a big evidence of that, I'm going to hit it right, the way it is bluntly. Mari de Gamo is a good example. whether you agree, disagree, it is not a political statement, is not a religious or medical advice in any way. This is how I feel. You take it however you like. It's a free country.
Okay, did you hear him there? You take it however you like. It's a free country. How he had like a little bit of anger in the voice. One thing you'll notice about Ash is he seems to be very calm when he's talking about his thing. But then every once in a while, he'll do like almost like a little snappy comment or something. And I've noticed in his webinars too, like if one of the founders says something, he'll almost take it in the wrong way and like snap at them. He can be very, very snappy. And so just pay attention to that. You'll notice that probably a few times where he kind of like says something where you're like, whoa, it's like, I don't care how you take it, it's a free country. I'm American. You know, it's like, what the hell, Ash? Calm down, man. Calm down. Okay, we get it. Freedom of speech. You're free to rip people off with your pyramid scheme in America. Okay, we understand. It's just so weird. He's so weird. This is the weirdest lead-in ever.
Living with us as of now, and he's going to be totally fine. And I know it before, we get to this week past. It's been a week, a little over a week since he was with this infected with this virus. I believe because OnPassive needs Marity Karma. It's inevitable. And if he's needed for that, meaning God willing and wanting OnPassive to be there and thrive, is just an evidence to me. That's how I take it. You don't have to take it the same way.
So this man did not die of COVID, ladies and gentlemen, because God knew that he needed to be in OnPassive with the OnPassive family. What does that have to do with Japan? I don't fucking know. Like, none of this has to do with any of it. He's literally just like throwing things out there. Like, oh, listen to this story. It's kind of like OnPassive family. And this story we have, it's kind of like that too. It's very like an odd beginning to how to bring up how they're this happy family. Because that's where it seems like we're going, right? He's going to tell us all about how they're an awesome family, and apparently God will spare your life if you're with them, even if you have COVID, because, you're needed at OnPassive. It's that important. God wants to help. Can you imagine? It's like, leave religion out of this, sir. Just leave it out.
And I believe that it's going to revive our spirit in many ways, and our it's going to give us that immunity. Emotions.
Can't face Bob enough for this.
It's going to give you the best immunity system you ever need.
What?
And we do have that, thankfully, in OnPassive. It's priceless.
Whoa, sir, wait. OnPassive is like a vaccine. It'll give you immunity to COVID. Is that what I just heard this man say? If you join OnPassive, you get immunity from God. Listen, this is not a health and wellness company, okay? Like, we've heard essential oil companies and like health and wellness companies come out here and be like, if you take our products, they'll cure COVID or they'll help COVID or whatever else they say, right? This is an AI technology that helps run a business. How is joining OnPassive doing anything for my immune system? If anything, this launch not happening for 4 years is going to mess up some people's immune systems, okay? Not help them. So, again, we're just making leaps now. We are making complete leaps to try to make things stick with how OnPassive is going to help you. Now OnPassive helps the immunity of your body with AI technology to run your business. What? What? What do you mean? How is this a thing? Why did you say this? Ash.
Amount.
Why?
What you do with it. I just had a recent conversation with my father. a
Conversations
relative that
with
was
everyone.
chosen was in need for money, wedding purposes. I could help, but I just wanted to check with my dad. Is it okay? They would have the dependability. Would it open a can of worm? Others would approach me the same. It's not a charity. And he said, absolutely do it without a doubt. I said, why? Nobody helped me, you know. He said, what
Oh,
you give is
immune.
what counts. What we will know about, what God will know about. What you don't give, nobody cares about that. Even I am your father. I don't know what you keep to yourself.
Ash, I am your father. So I had to.
And
I
what you
had to.
take, it doesn't matter much. But I noticed and I enjoy the part that you give. And he said, that is the part that will stay, even when you're gone. So the signs of giving.
Where are you going? To Japan? Like, what is happening right now? Okay, so far we have heard about how Ash seems to think that Japan needs to be more affectionate with each other. And they have a good economy, but a high depression rate. Then we heard about a lady from Japan that, again, had this story with her child where she just wished that there was more affection. Then he goes into how someone had COVID, but since they're with OnPassive, they lived because apparently God gave him immunity because they need him here for this company that bad. Now we're on to some phone call with his dad. Now we're on a phone call with his father. I have no clue where he's trying to go with this. I feel like I am sitting here listening to him just telling me stories. It is Ash's story time. Ash story time. But none of it actually leads into anything. All he said about OnPassive so far is that at least OnPassive is a family. Again, I'm waiting for the talk about the AI. I'm waiting. I just want to hear how your AI technology will help my immune system. Okay, because now we're making some real big claims. Like this thing's like the COVID vaccine, okay? That's what it sounds like.
And the emotional bond that we have is already a fact. It's already a reality.
They're all bonded at OnPassive.
I said this before that
like him and his dad?
Major company wanted me to be a part just ahead of OnPassive, and that was one of the few straws that broke the horse's back when we were exactly 40 people from across the globe flown to a retreat in Florida, and with the owner, and it's supposed to be a disruptive company, but it's not going anywhere for 5-6 years now.
You hear that? The funny thing is when he rolls his eyes there and says, nothing has happened with that company for 5 or 6 years now. Sir, you are coming up on people saying the same thing about you. Nothing has happened with this man's company for 5 years. We're already heading into 4 years here. How long do you want to wait? Do you think that maybe if you launch it next year, and since you only made them wait 4 years instead of 5 years, that your company's better than that last company? That was hilarious to me. Talk about some irony right there. 5 years now, nothing. That company hasn't done nothing. Maybe you should look at the mirror the next time you say that, Ash. I'm just saying. Look in the mirror, say that to yourself.
And the reason, they wanted us to market it. So one thing I didn't like, it was limited. And it's not a small limit. The comp plan was, everything is good about the company. It's in technology. I'm passionate about that. I would sell the hell out of it. But the only problem is it was limited in revenue. So you're allowed to have, that's one of the main things, but the major...
So you're allowed to have that's one of the main things. That's another thing that Ash likes to do, by the way, is he will start a sentence and then just stop halfway through and then start a whole other thought. And you'll be left there like, wait, I'm still on the last sentence. What happened to that part? We're just not. Oh, okay. I'm like, are you doing this on purpose just to confuse the people that are listening to you? See, I can't figure out. This is what I'm stuck on and what I really want to figure out. Is this man a con artist genius? Okay. Or is he just a moron who somehow can talk and get people to like listen to him? You know what I mean? I can't figure out which one it is. I can't figure out if he's doing this crap on purpose, like to mess with our heads and confuse us, or if he's just an idiot. Like I really cannot figure it out. I've been trying to figure it out for weeks. I don't know which one it is. Let me know what you guys think, because like sometimes I'm like, seems like he's saying these things on purpose and like doing these half thoughts on purpose. Like it does. Seems like they're like purposeful. But then other times he's just a moron. So I'm like, or is he just dumb? And then it just turns out that it works to confuse people and then they get manipulated by it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it an accident or is it on purpose? I don't know. I want to find out though. It'd be interesting to know. Because that was one of those moments where I was like, I don't know if this guy just did that on purpose or by accident, or is he trying to confuse me? We've heard 5 different stories. Play, damn it! 5 different stories, though. 5 different stories about nothing to explain to us how OnPassive is a family. Like, remember, that's what I'm thinking the main thought of this is going to be, is that OnPassive is a family. This was supposed to be him talking about his start and his love of OnPassive, but we're getting into the family thing, but then he just kind of like stops that thought and then just talks about other, like, it's so strange.
Break moment with me. It was limited in revenue, and that is not too small. It's about 125,000 euros per month. Yeah, it is a European company. So after all, you're talking about roughly 500,000 euros a month.
Which most people would be happy with.
If you max out the pay plan. I knew I could max it out. And I said, there's a problem. You're limited to this. Oh, yeah. When we get there, if you ever achieve it, we'll talk. We'll give you some. No. It has to be for everybody. I'm not made, I don't want an exception or a bribe or any. No, if it's there, it's for everybody. And it just the way I want to do it. So the chance I want to have, I want also the people that work with me to have the same chance. Then that kind of
isn't that the biggest MLM rhetoric you've ever heard in your life? They all say that. Eh? Like, I like joining this business because I didn't just want success. I want to make sure that like all of my friends and family could have the same opportunity too. Like, I'm not doing it unless they can all do it. That's all I heard with that one. All right, that's all I heard. See, and that's what I was wondering as well, is how they got connected to him. And that's why I said, like, it almost seems like he got a lot of them from the old companies, his connections. It's fair to say that if people were into, like, GDI, that OnPassive is really a lot like GDI. It's kind of like if you were to take all the things he was in the past and mix them all together, is what that is, right? So I'm wondering if he got a lot of them from the GDI, because if you were okay with, doing the whole web domain thing, then this isn't that far from it. So I have to wonder if that's why. That's where he found most of them, through Ash Max. There were some people that he like found, But like you said, yeah, the top people today are not who joined in 2019. And that's because several of them actually left. When he stopped in 2019, he kind of did it in like this abrupt way where everyone was really pumped up for this launch. And then all of a sudden he was just kind of like, yeah, we're not launching it now. And it became like a big deal. People were pissed when he did that. So luckily, I think it's a good thing that these founders kind of figured him out. In 2019, they were like, yo, this guy isn't launching anything. I'm out of here. That's good. I'm glad they left. But it does go to show you, obviously, he is not. Oh, sorry, Kate wasn't here. GDI is Global Domains International, which sells domain names, and it was and is one of the companies that Ash is a part of. It's an MLM domain selling company that he worked his way up from. He sold to over 300 people in 7 days, made affiliate marketer, and I do believe that's the company he's talking about right now. I kind of believe that that's the one he's talking about right now, where he's like, oh, they have a cap on it. So he basically went, oh, I'm gonna go and make a company that has no cap on what you can make. Which, as we know, all of them technically have a cap. You can't sign up everybody in the world to be in your MLM. You know what I'm saying? So he's still a part of GDI, and it appears that he pulled a lot of what OnPassive is from GDI and his time there. So I feel like that might be the company's he's either talking about GDI or he's talking about Telefree, which straight up was a scam. So, but I think he's talking about GDI. He's still an affiliate marketer with them, like I said. But you'll notice, this is funny to me, OnPassive is not onpassive.ws. Right? That's kind of funny to me how he runs GDI. They sell domain names, right? He's one of the top people in it. But when he creates his company website, does he use GDI for his domain name? No. He went and bought a .com. For his Ash website, because he has his own website, it's like Ash, what is it? Ash.org or something, ashmufareh.org. But that's what I mean. See, like, .org, not .ws. So if this man won't even buy domain names from his own company that he's an affiliate marketer with, why the hell should I buy them, Ash? Do you see what I mean? And that's weird to me. Like I said, he runs that company, he's affiliate marketer in it, but then he doesn't even trust his own product, but then he comes and runs OnPassive, and then I'm supposed to trust him for his product? I don't think so. Okay, do I have stupid written on my forehead? No. That just doesn't make sense to me, why you would do that. He's obviously...
pressure on the owner. Up until that moment, I had a lot of respect. But when he told me that, well, how much money do you want to make? This is a lot of money. And I said, yeah, it's amazing. And he said, how many steaks are you going to eat in a day? How many houses do you need to live in? How many shoes? How many pair of pants or jackets like that? Yeah, said, I probably don't need that money to buy any of that. I already have it. So why do you need all of that? But you just showed me how idiot you are, because right now I'm going to walk away and I will never want to talk to you. This is definitely the rudest, uneducated, lamest answer I could have expected from a CEO that I was inspired until this moment by. And the reason is because how could you preach you're doing good?
Oh, the irony!
It didn't occur to you what I will do with that €500,000 a month.
Oh, the irony!
5-6 million a year. Not bad.
Oh, man.
If I have multiple accounts, I can even multiply that.
Oh.
But any business model I want to do, I want it to unlimit.
He's like, what is he talking about? That's what I mean. I don't know.
I don't measure what they will do to themselves. So the $1 million, I can't spend myself. I cannot spend it annually. If I am full-time spender, like I'm talking about on my family, by myself, all I have to
Just
do
what?
is
Now we're
spend
going into
about
our spending
100
habits.
to just $100,000 a month.
Like, are you just bragging about how much
I
money
would
you
not
have
be
right
able to
now?
spend that. $3,000-$4,000 a day. How? What do you do with it?
He creates
Especially
pyramid
if you
schemes.
don't buy drugs or any
Is that the
lavish
problem,
stuff,
Ash? Are you on drugs?
yachts, gambling. I don't do any of that. Doesn't amuse me. So I don't know how. Like aside from just living, breathing, eating, and having some healthy activities, what else I'm going to do? Yeah, I'll take some courses. I'll take some educational, self-growth stuff. I spend on that. But $3,000 a day, living in the United States is a lot of money a day. Some people don't make it in a month. Many people.
I feel like we just listened to him brag about how much money he has and all his spending for like no reason. Like there was no point to that. Like other than the fact that he's saying that the other company he was in had a spending limit, and I'm assuming he's going to lead that into how OnPassive doesn't have a limit for how much you can make every month, right? But he didn't have to tell us like all this and what he spends things on and how he wants more money. Like honestly, as a normal like person in this world, I look at that speech that we just heard and I kind of think this guy seems like a pompous asshole that's just bragging about the money he has, and it doesn't sit right with me. Like he's like, oh, I have so much money, I don't know what to do with it all. I don't know what I'm going to spend it on. I already got food and a roof over my head, but I need more money. And so that guy was rude because he told me I couldn't be a millionaire every day. And it's like, what? Like, why are you even telling us all of this? This makes like it did not have to happen for the story. This man, like I said, just talks and talks and talks, but he says a whole lot of nothing. Again, what does that have to do with OnPassive? Other than the fact that, like, if he doesn't lead there, by the way, you are going to watch my head explode on camera because that has to be where this is going. Otherwise, I feel like we just watched this for nothing. Because, like, why are you telling me these stories, Ash?
So it's not about what you do with that, what to yourself. It's how many shoes can I buy with it? How many steaks? How many people can I invite? That's my philosophy. You don't
Oh my
have to do the
God.
same. I'm just telling you how I feel, what I do. Now, it doesn't click with a business mentality. You think this is business, okay? If this is all you think about, okay, this is not going to be successful or profitable. That's not my intention. I'm not creating a traditional business.
Are you
I
fucking
just
kidding
had
me
this
right now?
conversation today with our key managers and executives. I said, stop telling me we
I
did
swear,
this
guys, I'm
in
not
this
trying to rip you off.
company
I
or that
promise.
company. Stop telling me that. I'm unlike any of those. I respect it. I don't have the same motive. They do what they do for profitability or transactional relationship. I don't do the same. I have a higher purpose, just like Nancy said, okay? And that is my drive, is about influence, is about making an impact, leaving a legacy, touching more humans around us.
That is what they all say. They all say that. I'm not in this to make a bunch of money for myself and just like be rich. Oh no, 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 no. I'm here to change the world and make the world a better place. Blah, 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 blah. Heard it all before. That's what they all say. Now, the funny thing, of course, is that this man is not providing anyone with anything. So, okay, you want to make the world a better place. Cool. Cool. But what are you providing with us to do that with? Like, even your AI is not really to make the world a better place. You're not doing like humanitarian AI things that's going to like solve world hunger or anything. No, no, no. You are making an AI that helps MLMs run their business within just your website. Again, I don't know how they're getting leads from outside of the people that join OnPassive. I can't figure it out for the life of me based on his explaining of it, me reading through everything to try to figure it out, me listening to other people talking about it, Alonda talking about it for ages, and me listening to all her videos. I cannot figure out for the life of me. Okay, but I just need you to explain. I'm sitting here, I'm waiting for this man to explain something. Again, this video is supposed to be his love of OnPassive and why he started the company. So far, all I've learned is that they have a high depression rate in Japan. Cool. You know, like, rhetoric, sir. You're giving me MLM rhetoric right now. You sound like all the other CEOs of MLMs. I know you want to be special. I know you think you're special and that you're different than all the other ones, but this is exactly what they all say. If you want to be different, I wouldn't do
So
the
that's
same
why
rhetoric.
it's AI with heart. That's why it's not
His AI
physical.
has a
That's why
heart?
it's not a business. It's not just a business. It's a complete concept. It's a theory. It's a stack of principles that we practice here. And I really don't want it to be the most profitable business in a way. That's not my intention.
Plot twist. He's harvesting organs and putting them into his AIs because the AI, it has a heart. I had to, okay.
To myself or to the
Did you see his
shareholders, if you
eyes?
wish. Okay, that's
He
not
was thinking of what to
the
say.
case. The case is how many
Watch those
issues we
eyes.
could fix because of that obelisk.
The way they go back and forth, he's thinking as he goes.
How many ideas we could discover and make them a reality, inventions or solutions to life matters. So I do have a different approach, and I have a confession. I told Julie before we come here, I do want to confess something to all.
Ladies and gentlemen, is he about to confess to us all that he has been running a pyramid Ponzi scheme? What do you think? That would be hilarious, eh? If this guy did a video, it's like, I have something to confess to you all. I've been ripping you off for 4 years. There's no AI. I'm just here to take all your money because the last company I was with told me I could only make like $125,000 a day, okay? I'm waiting for it. Eventually, this thing has to fall, right? You could only lead people on for so much. My issue is in a time right now where we have MLMs going and that kind of thing. It is easier today to have a revolving door of people that will believe in this idiot than it would have been in like the 90s with these types of schemes that were going on. So that's my only fear with it, right? But even with that happening, I feel like eventually this thing has to fall. You can only lead people to pay into a product that you're not launching for so long. I mean, he even rolls his eyes at the old company. 5 years and they've done nothing. Next year, we're on 5 years of him doing nothing. So,
Of you. You might take it the wrong way, but hear me out until the end.
that's always promising. Yep. I love it when people are like, I have something to tell you. You might take it the wrong way. Like, what are you about to drop on us there?
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. I don't think so. I don't think we're friends, Ash. I don't even know if I'd go out to a coffee with you. Well, actually, maybe if I needed a whole afternoon to kill, where I just wanted to sit there and watch someone else talk my ear off and say nothing, then I might go for a coffee. But I don't usually have time like that to kill in my life. So we're not friends, Ash. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. My name's Ash Mufareh, and I'm a pyramid schemaholic. Might as well have. Seriously, he might as well have. What a weird way to start. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. That's not very promising to me. That's what you say when you're about to rip someone off or like punch them in the face or something. Like, I
And I
promise you I'm
did
your friend. Pow!
fail to estimate what we will have by now as of today.
What?
I had no idea how big is the gap between what I thought possible and what is realistically achievable. And
He just kind of admitted that what he's planning might not be obtainable right now. He literally just said that. He kind of just admitted he has big ideas for the business world with his AIs, but they can't be done right now. If I was a founder for this company and I paid money to this man to be part of his AI taking off, and he said that to me, I would ask for a fucking refund, okay? Like, this is what I mean. This thing was planned so badly. Before you open up a website, sir, and start collecting money from people to create a technology, you best make sure that that technology can be created. How are you sitting here like 2 years in, right? You're 2 years into this and you're not even sure if it's possible? That's what you just dropped on us? Really? Why didn't you figure that out before you start asking people for their money? Because it's not about the AI getting their money from them, right? Because anyone else in this world, any other company in this world, they would at least have to know that it's possible to make this before they ask for people's money to make this. Him even just implying this is really insulting to anyone that's given this man a cent. And especially if they're sitting here watching him right now. Like, even the way he dropped that. He was like, I got something to tell you, and you might not like it. But my name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. I planned this AI technology, but it might be too big to start right now. That's basically what just happened. I don't know what he could say after that that would make me feel any better about being in this company if I was there. Once he drops that bomb, I'm out. Goodbye. Oh, you don't even know if it's possible? What am I doing here? You best know that it's possible before you take my money or anyone else's money. So now what is he going to say to bring it back, right? Because if it just ends here, like I said, we all leaving. All his founders are out. They're like, oh, you don't even know if this thing's possible? What am I doing here? Should at least know that much. Maybe not all the things about it when you first start, but yeah, usually before you ask people for money for something like this, you know that it's possible. You know how it's going to happen. And like I said, you're able to explain that to them. This guy doesn't even know if he can do it. And he just admitted that to us. How are we going to bring it back so that you now gain my trust again if I was a founder in this company? How does the manipulation work here is what I want to know. I feel like we're about to watch it in real time.
I did have a plan, and I had you in my plan, and I had you in my dream to kind of empower you and grow with you, and together
Me?
we
You dream about
succeed and we
me?
win. And I failed. in the scale of potential that we could achieve by now. And I'm not pranking you. The truth is, I had no realistic idea how far we would be at this moment of our journey. It's far, 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 far bigger than I thought.
Okay, so I'm not feeling good about this right now. This is far, 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 far. How many fars did we have there? Far, 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 far off. That does not make me feel good about this. Like, I'm literally like, what do you mean you're far off from starting this thing? You know what this thing is? It's a pyramid scheme. How are you going to ask people for money, like I said, and to recruit other people into this when you don't even know if it's possible? It's too big for you, he says. It got too big for me. I can't even imagine being someone that gave this man my money and having him drop this on me right now. Just imagine. By the way, I love The Office. The Office is one of my favorite shows in the whole wide world. But I don't understand how this guy can say
And it's a good
that.
thing if you're patient.
People are still here.
I did not imagine, when things are connecting together now at all levels, and I'm seeing it myself, this is not what I envisioned. It's a million times bigger. It's a million times bigger, and it's unstoppable. What you're just about to discover and realize in these coming short days will probably get you up to speed to where I am now. The way I feel, we're done. And it's based on practicality and reality, not a just wishful fantasy. Did I think we're going to be a million?
Darn it, Ash! Ah! Ear rape!
1 million
Ear raped us.
in the short period of pre-launch and beta testing? Never, 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 never. Did I think it will be this quality of founders? Didn't even have a clue.
So that's how we're going.
Well,
That's how he's doing it. Basically what Kate said. So Kate says, I'm an eternal optimist. And what that part of my brain heard is the thing is so big that even he couldn't have imagined what it would take to get this up and running. That's how he's trying to twist it. But really, he just doesn't know what the fuck it is and how to do it. So we can take solace that we have a huge return on investment. Yeah, that's where it's going to head, right? Because he has to come up with an excuse for why it's taking so long to launch at the same time. God was contacting him. That's exactly what it was. God was contacting him to be like, Ash, we take away your immunity. You are no longer immune from COVID by being an OnPassive. I know. I was like, holy crap. I'm lucky I don't have my headphones in for that part. The funny thing was he barely reacted to it. That would have been right in his headphones. I don't know. Maybe he is a robot. Maybe he's AI technology. If we looked into that, if we looked into him being a robot, he's definitely a brobot. So
do some math. Google 130 something 97,000 employees. After 22, 23 years in business. The relationship is employee. You exchange your time for money. I'll give you a salary. You are basically slaved to Google, and 2-3 years contract, you go home. You don't pick up anything, not even a mug. We have 1 million partners, true partners, not employees. They would operate as this is their own business. This is their Google. Not they're just going to exchange time for money and go empty-handed after 2-3 years. No. We own this together as founders. 1 million. No company has. Amazon, like with the truckers, with all of that, but we have 1 million partners.
You're right. Most companies wouldn't need that many. Oh, my computer. Most companies would not need that many. That's the thing. He just made a very good point. Most companies would not need a whole million founders. Most companies would only need a few. Most companies, when they do this, yeah, they're only getting a few founders. And then the company or the product that they make is what's going to own the owe the money after a while, right? Because when you actually make and found a product and then you sell that product and whatnot, you get royalties, you get all that stuff. That's not how this is working, though. This is people paying money to be a founder, like Alana just said. So you're an owner who paid $97 to get in. Like, no, sis, that's not how this works. You can't be an owner when you're paying to get into it. Like, unless you were investing, okay? Investing, founding, two different things. It's two different things. Technically, he means investors. He's getting people to invest money into him and this program. But he keeps calling them founders, like they were there with him and all these tech people while they were creating this AI that he can never explain how it works to us. There's a difference. He needs an excuse, though, for why this thing hasn't taken off yet. People obviously are starting to bug him and be like, how come we have not launched, sir? It's been so long. And so what does he do? Well, guys, I'm really sorry we haven't launched yet. You see, this thing is just so amazing and so big, and it was so much bigger than I thought because it's so amazing that it's just taken longer. That's what it appears like he's doing. Because my whole thing is, well, why are people waiting? What is he telling people? That's why I wanted to react to this one. What is he telling people that kind of keeps them holding on? Because like I said, after a while of the product's not coming, this AI not coming, you're not getting the product. Aren't you out of here as a founder? Like I am. I'm not sticking around. No, thank you. I'm good. I don't need to be around for 10 different launch dates come and gone, okay? The only way that he can twist that is this. So he's done that now. Before, not so much. He kind of before just went, not doing it anymore. And everyone kind of went, whoa, what the hell? And so now people are really like, okay, this thing needs to launch. He's going to drop the bomb that is just so big. He needed more planning and blah, 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 blah. So people hear that and they go, oh my God, I'm going to stay in this thing. It's going to be amazing. And then it will never launch. And it's sad to me. Alonda, our OnPassive expert, says when the top people cannot get more in, then there will be other top people he bumps up to the leadership council. The number coming in is dwindling, I think. And that's the thing is like, with this and the way that he set it up as an MLM, right? That's what he can just keep doing. Because once the first layer leaves, then the people that were on the second layer, they get bumped up to the top, right? So he could just keep doing that. And I really do hope it's dwindling. I do. Because I've been racking my brain trying to figure out why people are kind of still buying into this thing, waiting for this dude. Like, do you guys not Google Ash Mufareh and read that he's started a pyramid scheme and has been in pyramid schemes? He doesn't even use his own domain website seller to buy his domains. Like, how come it's not on passive.ws? I really need to know. I doubt he'll ever explain that to me, but again, if you're running Global Domains International and selling domains, you would think that your website would use the domain. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And the thing is that when you're a founder too, like the IT people that he keeps talking about, where are they? Where are they? Because I haven't actually seen any actual scientists, any actual ITs come out here and explain this to us. Like I said, nobody's explaining it. I don't think he has any. It's just him. It's just him hanging out in an office, and he tells people to sign up for this AI program, and there's all these IT techs working on it. But maybe they're all his AIs too that haven't launched yet, because again, haven't seen any. It's just so bizarre. And I'm waiting for the rest to also pull into this. Like, are we going to hear about Japan again? Like, what happened to that lady and her daughter? Did they have a good meeting? I have so many questions with this video. I'm always left with more questions than answers when it comes to Ash. I don't think I've ever watched someone that runs an MLM and felt that way before. I at least have some questions answered. This man legit just makes more questions in my mind that I cannot answer because none of them make any freaking sense. Nothing makes sense here. This man does not make sense. It's broken promises. And because of the broken promises, I just do think that he's making it up as he goes along. You can almost see in his eyes when he's talking how he goes kind of back and forth with his eyes. And that's a sign that you're thinking, right? When you're talking and then all of a sudden your eyes kind of go like back and forth like that. He's almost like panic thinking in a way, like when you get caught doing something, like someone asks you a question when you get caught putting your hand in the cookie jar and then someone's like, what are you doing? And then you kind of turn around, you're like, that's what he's doing, is that whole, thing. Every time before he like says a sentence, if you watch his eyes, he's doing that like back and forth, like, oh crap, how do I spin this one? And I can't trust the man. This is not a man who I would have run my entire business or hand money over to invest with. Not be a founder of. I think the word he's looking for is investments. Like I said, it's not being a founder. It's having investors. Seems to mess that up a lot. And I don't even know how he can do that. Because he should be very well versed. Very well versed in how come you don't want to work for me there, video? What's going on with you? Why are you messing up? Why are you messing up on me, video?
And we didn't even roll up our sleeves yet. We're just warming up, just about to do that.
Just about. It's been 4 years. See his eyes?
Apple has 5 similar amount of employees, 140 something. Okay, they have 512 stores as of today. Apple
why do you
company,
need a million
beautiful.
founders?
One of the most successful, businesses on the planet. 512. We're going to have 1,000 locations just for the global leaders alone. Google has like 150 or something locations.
I get a kick out of his eyes. You can
That
see
would
him
be our
thinking.
first year.
Google has.
We're big. We're born big.
Damn it, who else has big business in AI that I can
It
bring up
turns
so they
out to
believe
be,
me? That's what's happening
well,
right now. It's so weird.
or put it this way, it's not what we thought. It turned out to be a lot bigger, and I didn't really think that far. I knew I'm going to do my best. I knew I'm going to give something disruptive. I knew I'm not going to do something typical. I knew that. But the level of effectiveness, didn't expect that.
What? Wait. The level of effectiveness of the
So,
AI program you did not expect. Hold on. So you're claiming that it works very, very well. Perfectly. Better than ever. So then wouldn't you need less time to work on it then? Usually you need more time to work on a program because it's not doing what you want it to do, right? Like, if this thing's all set, working well, and it works better than you thought it would, again, why can't you just launch it then to start? This makes no sense. Makes no sense. This, like, I know he thinks he's explaining why it would take longer, but he's actually kind of outing himself for the fact that there's nothing there. Because, like I said, it wouldn't take longer if it works so great. What are we tweaking with it? What do you need more time for? That makes no sense. He should have come out here, honestly. It would have been almost better for him to come out and be like, listen, this thing's going to be really great, but I do have some kinks to work out with it before we launch. I feel like people, like, that would have made more sense. People would have been like, okay, there's some kinks with the program. But it's almost like he can't even say that to his founders because it's so delicate that he knows that there's no program. So if he tells them there's kinks with the program that doesn't exist, what if they all just leave? Do you get what I'm saying? It's a very bizarre thing he's doing because it's the opposite of what would be true. Trust. If you're making a program, you and your techs, and it is working fantastic, why wouldn't you launch it? Why would you need more time? It's like the next thing he needs to say is that the world isn't ready for him yet. He is so innovative, and this technology is just so perfect that the businesses of the world and the world, they're just not ready for it. And that, sir, is bullshit. And also, if you thought that the world wasn't ready for it, then you had no right to ask for people's hard-earned money to come and help you get the world ready for it. Like, what do you mean? No, he wouldn't need more time. He would be able to launch it if it worked so well, like he says. I feel like he thinks he's saying one thing when he's doing this speech, but if you really pay attention, he's saying something else. I don't know if he realizes it. And this is what I mean. I don't know if he's just an idiot or if he's an actual genius in how he says things. I can't distinguish because sometimes you can be so stupid that it works for you. And it's like, is this man just so stupid that it just ends up working? Or is he actually a con artist genius of the world? Because again, like I said, I don't, damn it, video, why won't you play right now? Why is my computer messing up? Ash, how do I get my stream to work better? Can you come teach me that?
as of now, as of
Log
today,
in.
where we are in OnPassive, I believe it's something to be proud of. And
Why?
it's indeed remarkable, historical in every way. There's no limit. There's no box. There's no frame for us. We're blowing
There's
up everything
nothing.
around
That's
us,
the
and we are
problem. There
unstoppable.
is nothing.
Good only.
There's no product.
Uh, I have never, up until this moment, been so confident
Are you
and
sure?
so excited
I feel
and
like you're a
proud
narc.
as of today's level. excitement is mounting. I know what I know, and you will know it. I'm not going to be able to keep that away from you long, but of course, we want to be mindful and respectful to all of our
Oh, now
founders
you want to
and
be
share that with
mindful and
them
respectful to
in a
let us
proper
know.
manner. And
We're late.
it's a reality.
He says so. It's
So,
real. Real
hardship,
people.
Julie, it's temporary.
We promise.
And I'm thankful. I'm so fortunate that I have, or I had my fair share of that. If I didn't taste that hardship at all capacities or poverty, if you wish, I would not even know what it means.
He didn't even tell us about his
And
poverty
that's,
story. What is
the drive in me
I
to
know
share
about
it with those
Japan?
who are in need, the deserving. I don't think where we are today is permanent.
I hope
So if
not.
any of you unhappy or uncomfortable where you are, it is going to pass.
This man makes me very uncomfortable.
It is going to pass.
It'll
I took my
pass,
fair
guys.
share with
We
this
promise.
illness
Just keep giving
just
us your
roughly a
money.
month and a half, 2 months ago. I didn't think of anything. I just knew I am here. Prayers are working. Just
Leave
let
God
it
out of
be.
your shit, okay?
Do you know
God
how
does not like your pyramid scheme.
priceless is that? How precious it is? When you know you're protected, somebody's looking out for you, and don't argue or overanalyze the little details. If I did
Join
that, I
OnPassive so that
probably
God
could have
protects you and
restrained our
make sure you have
success
good
or growth
immunity.
up until this level, because I would be stuck with, okay, well, this is what I thought. I want to stay. No, I thought, well, the power of you, the power of the entire energy
Right,
of
Kate?
our creator, it came
I
together.
literally
It
just
was
started
like,
a website and was like, I'm going to say that I'm
you
making
passed
AI
the
and didn't think
test.
anything.
We're going to give you more. I didn't ask for this much. So we're overwhelmed
It's
by
God.
the reward.
God's doing it.
Understand it can turn around very quickly. So
I'm waiting
the
4
true
years.
character
But,
is revealed in tough times.
oh, Jesus Christ, those pauses.
Tough times don't make the character. It's there, but it shows the true you.
I feel like
I
he's
believe
getting
we
us
are
ready
made
for
of
tough
gold
times.
as OnPassive founders.
So OnPassive
We're
about to reach some
patient.
tough times.
We're determined. We have a clean intention, so we're getting all the support we need. We can't ask for more. It's beyond perfection.
Stop asking for founders. That's a great idea, Ash.
So
Don't
let's
ask for any
enjoy
more.
and have a good gratitude for what we accomplished.
What?
Remember, where you are today is not permanent, and we can change it, and we have a decision, and we have control over that. Your past doesn't dictate your future. Doesn't have
Yours
to.
does so far.
We can reinvent our future.
Pyramid scheme, pyramid scheme,
We
pyramid
got the
scheme,
resources, we got the
pyramid
knowledge, we got the
scheme.
heart. That's all it takes.
Jesus Christ, you are literally the king of pyramid schemes. I don't think I've ever
And
found one like it.
That sounds like one of those pyramid things. Are you sure it isn't a pyramid scheme? One of those things where the only people that make lots of money are the people at the top. It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid sounds like one of those pyramid things. Pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme. It still sounds like a pyramid. It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid. Do you really think you can make money with your pyramid? It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. Pyramid. It's.
It still sounds like a pyramid scheme to me. Again, fluff, 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 fluff. Fluff! I want to see how this thing ends. My computer's starting to mess up because I'm reaching that 2-hour mark. Streamlabs hates all of us and really likes to try to kick us off when we're streaming for 2 hours. I know a few of us have this issue. So my computer's starting to go on me, but I want to see how this thing actually ends. How does he sign off? Listen, all right, we're almost at the end, by the way. Like, I'm not skipping much, okay? This was the whole talk for why he started OnPassive. Nothing about tech. This is how he explains everything to people. Do you know what's hilarious, Joe? Is he's not a motivational speaker, like as you saw, but it's almost like he feels like he is one because he calls himself an influencer. How are you calling yourself an influencer, sir? He used that word in this speech. I'm here to influence everyone. Influence them into going broke? I don't understand. So, yeah, but he's awful at it. And this is why I'm like, why are people signing up for this? I mean, usually when I see a cult leader or a pyramid scheme runner, I can at least figure out that they have some charisma. They're very intelligent. They speak very well. They're quick thinking. These are usually things that you see. This man doesn't have any of them. I don't think he has any of them. I don't see it. Like, I'm like, he seems like a moron that just talks and talks and talks in circles and confuses everyone and then asks them for money. And for some reason, some women are like, okay. And some dudes are like, sure, man, we'll just give you that all in. Where are the test scripts? Well, see, and that's the thing. This is why I do not think there is a freaking product. There is nothing. He did not plan this. You can't start a whole technology and not have any plan going into it. I swear to God, this guy was just in his house one day, like I said, after, Telefree shut down for being a scam. So he couldn't scam people with that anymore. And he was like, I need a new scam. What can I do? Oh, I know. AIs are very popular right now. I'll just pretend that I'm inventing one. Started up this website, did not go to Global Domains International for his domain, by the way. Sus. And then just began this website and was like, now I'm just going to ask a bunch of people to come and join and get more affiliates to join so that we can all be founders of this AI. Yeah, we rock, but there's nothing. There's no back room. There's no tech guys. There's no machinery. And this is the other thing is that in order to put this together, they'd have to have some tech already. They would have to have an area already where they're kind of hanging out and building an AI together. Some coding programs, things like this. How does he have all that stuff? Does he have all that stuff? Have we ever seen all that stuff? I don't think so. Sorry. So there's just like a few things. I'm just like I really do not think. No testing. Can't find any patents. I've been looking so far. Now, I haven't been looking for long, I will say, and I'm in Canada. So sometimes it does take me a bit longer being in Canada to find like the patents in the US and stuff like that. I'm looking for them. I can't find any so far. I'll let you know. I've only been looking for like a few days, though. I'm not going to lie. But I'm worried. Because again, when you do something like this, you need a patent. I have all my dad's patents. He's a chemist. He's done all kinds of stuff. He has all his patents for all the stuff he's invented and all that. This guy doesn't have any. I can't find any yet. If you were inventing an AI technology, though, you would have that already. That would be one of the first things you would want to do is patent your idea. But it costs money to do that. But then I'm like, okay, but he got all these founders to come and give him a bunch of money. So when the first thing he would have done, gone and gotten his patents, I'm just putting it out there. It seems a little sus. All right, that makes it sus to me.
It's just a different way. I don't have to follow the traditional
Yeah, see,
way
Alana
of,
can't find him either.
filing that wealth.
I
And,
can't
okay.
find any.
Another name on the list. Good job.
Yeah, no trademarks. It's
Doesn't
weird.
impress me. What you do with it. What you do with it. Okay? What do you give is what's going to count.
What you
And we're
give
not
is what's going to
inventing
count.
or creating wealth. Keep that in
Give
mind.
us
It's
your
already
money.
there. We're just going to work together with a good heart, smartly, work hard, and we will make sure everybody gets a piece. I just want to remind you where we are in OnPassive, it's already historical. It will not happen again in our lifetime. It's unique. It only happens with OnPassive. And I think what we've accomplished
There's the
and what
urgency.
we're about to reveal. So I'm not saying what we're about to do.
Got to make that
Watch my
urgency.
term. What we're about to reveal. So it's already
That's a
accomplished.
sales tactic,
achieved.
not a founder tactic.
It's only making it, public and announce it. Okay? We are in a good position, and I thank you for being here. I thank you for your time. Good night. We'll see you soon.
That's how that ended? Again. This man just talked for almost 40 minutes about nothing. About nothing. We got a story from Japan. We got a story about his dad and him having a conversation. And then we heard about how this was bigger than... Is it too big for you to understand too, Ash? Is that the problem? Is that why you can't explain it? This technology is just so big that even Ash himself, he can't wrap his mind around it. Like a whole 40 minutes. Now, the funny thing is that this is how all of them are. This is how they all are. I could literally, guys, look up any conversation of Ash's like this, and they all sound the exact same. It's just the same rhetoric over and over. Every time I listen to this man, I'm waiting for him to actually explain it to me, but it's all like that. We get these like weird stories that have nothing to do with anything. Like I said, I was waiting for him to like bring it back around. Like, are you going to tell everyone that you're taking them on a trip to Japan or something at the end of this? Like, what's happening? Nothing. Fluff. He keeps talking about how it's so great. It's going to be this innovative, amazing thing. It's so amazing. In fact, it's so big and amazing that we didn't even realize how big and amazing it was. The end. That's all it. That's all you need to know. My whole thing is that if I'm joining a technology company to be a founder in it and come out with an AI, like I said, better know what it is, how it works, how it's going to get people leads. I have to be able to explain this, even just as a sales girl. When I was working in sales, I had to understand my product. And I mean like not with MLMs. I mean like when I was working with like True Green, Bell Canada, these places, and I was selling for them. Always had to understand the product. And that's the thing. I've worked for like phone companies and stuff before, even with their technology and shit. They explain it to you. They can tell you how every little bit of it works. You like you don't create a technology and not know how it works, not be able to explain it. But as you see, that's the closest you get. That's the closest you will ever get to this man explaining. Because it's so big, he can't even wrap his head around it. I have searched. And Alonda's searched. No patents, no trademarks. If she's saying that she's searched and there's none, I believe her because she'd be searching longer than I have. She's been doing this company for a while now. So if she can't find them, I'm pretty sure they're non-existent. And that's sus as hell. That again, that's the first thing you would do. You patent your ideas for things like this, right? You don't want people to like steal your ideas. Like, hello. So, it's driving me insane. I really, really honestly think that this man is running a full-on friggin' pyramid scheme. He is running a pyramid scheme to proportions. Like, I don't know when this thing will end. I'm hoping it's soon, though. I'm hoping it's soon. I'm hoping that if we all get together right now and we put a lot of pressure on this company to really come out with their launch or else shut down, maybe it will happen. Ash can't take all of us. Okay. It just won't. But this is a pyramid scheme. I wouldn't even call this an MLM. I don't even know if I'd call it a pyramid scheme. This might be a full-on Ponzi scheme where he's asking people for money for something that he's never going to come up with. And the only way he can keep this thing going is if he keeps getting more people to sign up and give over their money. Because nothing's being provided. And it just keeps going round and round. But this OnPassive is a pyramid scheme.
That sounds like one of those pyramid things. Are you sure it isn't a pyramid scheme? One of those things where the only people that make lots of money are the people at the top. It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid sounds like one of those pyramid things. Pyramid scheme. Pyramid scheme. It still sounds like a pyramid. It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid. Do you really think you can make money with your pyramid? It still sounds like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. Pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. Pyramid. It's a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme. I had no idea there were so many pyramid schemes out there.
Well, little dude, there are a lot of pyramid schemes out here, and this appears to be one. I would not recommend anyone join this company. I would not recommend anyone invest, because he calls it founding, but it's really investing into this company. I think we need to start reporting this man. I've already reported him here, because they have OnPassive here in Canada. We have full-on buildings of this crap, okay? And I found a building here, and it was a fucking wonderful, just wonderful. Lovely. So, this thing needs to be reported. I really don't think that this man has a product. No patents, no trademarks. It's too big to launch right now. It's working too well to launch. You ever heard anything like that in your life? It's working too well to launch. That's a first. So we really do need to get this guy shut down. I really don't think. And you guys know that I am the last person to tell people to go report people and shit. I'll be like, yeah, if you see the company doing something illegal, report the company. I don't like reporting Huns. I don't like reporting actual people. But I am telling you that we need to report this man, because it's actually that serious. This guy is taking people for their money. If he does have 1 million founders, which, by the way, that's also sus to me, because he keeps saying he has 1 million founders. There's just no way. Oh, listen, a week ago, it was 1 million founders, almost exactly. They posted this big thing where they were all excited on their website. They were like, yay, we finally reached 1 million founders. Big celebration. Literally this week now, it's 1,800,000. 800,000 people signed up this last week. You got an award for signing up 306 people in 7 days with an MLM. But now you're telling me you just signed up 800,000 people in a week? They're buying them. I'm pretty sure that Ash has found out about I did a video on you can buy your Huns now. Pretty sure he found out about that, and that's what he's using, because there is no way in hell that 800,000 people have signed up for this thing in a week and a half tops. I posted it on my community tab. I was like, holy crap, they're now celebrating 1 million people, and it's a week later, not even 800,000 people sign up. No. They're all AIs. They're all AIs. That's the problem. Everyone in this company is an AI. So, I have an issue with that. I'm going to kind of dig around into the numbers a little bit more, because that's really interesting to me. I'm like, listen, these numbers are jumping way too high for any company. You would have to sell the fountain of youth to get people to sign up that quickly for something. That's way too much for me. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make any sense, especially since he doesn't even have it. It'd be one thing if this guy had the AI and he showed it all and it was fabulous, and then people were like, holy crap, I want to get in on that. That would be one thing. Probably still wouldn't support it much, because it would probably still be a scam coming from Ash. But at least then I would be like, well, look, there's the AI and, it works. At least it exists. Like with these other MLMs, at least there's a product that exists. Might not be the best product, but at least there's something there. This man has nothing. This man has nothing. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. And that's why you can't explain it, or anyone else. No one else can explain it. You would think by now he would have one of his IT tech guys come out here and explain the entire tech to us. Never happens. So please, guys, I think we got to start reporting this man. If you are an advocate out here and you do videos, please do a video on this company, because I think the more of us that do videos on this thing and put the pressure on them, the better. Like I said, Ash can't take all of us. He can't take all of us. And I really do think this man is just preying on people to take their hard-earned money and then not provide them anything. And it does tend to be elderly people. It's not the young people that are signing up. And that's another thing. I feel like a lot of the young people out here are almost too smart for him, because they understand technology. These young people, they understand technology more than I do. So I think he knows that his shit wouldn't fly with them. They would be asking similar questions to me, like, hey, can you explain it more? Things like this, so it doesn't fly. And that's why he kind of goes for older people that are like middle-aged and elderly, so that they don't understand the tech. So we need to start reporting this. If you do see any posts by this guy, report them. I know that there's a bunch of us that are getting a hold of the FTC right now. I've gotten a hold of the Better Business Bureau here in Canada so far about OnPassive and Ash. I am reporting him as a person, because my whole thing is, as you guys heard, he has a background of schemes. And because of that, I feel like even if this thing shuts down, he's just going to go start another one. We need to actually stop Ash. Maybe if this company shuts down and then he actually does get penalties for running a pyramid scheme, he might not be inclined to start another one.
I hope he shuts down everybody.
Very cute. So definitely report it if you're out here and you're talking about MLMs, you're posting about MLMs online, anything like that. Please do look into this company and let's put the pressure on them. Let's shut this thing down, because this thing's never going to launch. It's going to launch about as quickly as I'm going to launch my ass up to the moon, okay? It's not going to happen. So, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I've been on here for a crazy long time, which I love. I love that I did this for a long time. It's fun to react to Ash, because he says a lot of nothing. Or he'll be a consultant. Which is why I'm kind of like, if we do actually go and report him, it might be best to report him as a person, not just OnPassive, but Ash Mufareh as a person. Because then there's less of a chance that he'll be able to do those things, but he can probably still freaking get around it, as we know. They do all the time, but it just makes it better. So, guys, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. Please do give this a like. I was on here for a really long time, and I had to listen to Ash Mufareh talk. So I worked really hard for this. So you should go give it right now. And no matter where you are, what you're doing, I hope that you have a fabulous, fabulous, fabulous day. Take care. I will see you guys in the next one, which will be Monday. It will be an anti-MLM video, and it won't be on OnPassive, though. We'll probably just be having some fun going through the subreddit. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on Ash, and I will let you guys know what new information I find out. Thank you so much for being here, everyone, and I will see you really, really soon. Take care. Bye. I know I keep promising I'm not going to sing my bye, but people get mad at me if I change my intro song. I had to change it back. People get mad at me if I change my outro, and some people like it when I do the bad singing. So you're stuck with it. You're stuck with it, just like we're all stuck with Ash.